welcome back to the Adobe XD Daily Creative Challenge. I'm your host, Andrea Hawk, and this background music is a little busy, so I'm going to switch the song. So welcome everyone. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful Friday. It is a beautiful day here in St. Louis. I'm excited to get outside after this. Welcome everyone in the chat. We've got Vanille, Marie, Julie, Raphael, Camelia, Julia, Yuhi. Welcome everyone. Hope you guys are having a great day. So today I have a very exciting challenge for you guys. It's another augmented reality design. So let's go ahead and hop on over into behance.net/challenge/XD and we can get started and see what today's challenge is. All right. So of course, if you're not already registered, go ahead and sign up by pressing this big blue button, and then every day you'll get notified in your Creative Cloud app right up here that there's a new challenge. And then we can scroll on down here, and each day I will unlock one of these challenges. And today we're going to work on creating an interface for your shower, but not just like the typical dials and levers and stuff that we usually use in a shower. This is going to be an augmented reality or like digital interface, if you will. So I want you guys to create an interface for a shower that allows users to set water temperature, play music, adjust water pressure, go wild. If there's something else that you've always wanted, like scents or just the radio or whatever you want to see in your shower, let's add it. And we're going to focus on audio feedback. So if you've never done that in XD before, it's really cool. I'll show you how to do it. Very easy. So if you want, you can hit that get started button, and this will bring you to Dropbox. I'll give you guys a little starter file that looks like this. And yeah, just hit download, direct download, and you can open it and kind of follow along with me. And of course, if you want to rewatch any of these videos, just hit watch video and that will be the replay. Also available on YouTube if you want to check it out there. And let's hop into Discord. So this is our XD community. So if you have any questions about what I'm working on or any questions about XD, anything XD related, let me pull up the link. So bit.ly/XD Discord is where you can sign up and join all of us. Lots of great conversations going on over here. Some awesome work this week. Like, you guys are just going wild, being very creative. I love all of the work you've been doing. So I'm going to review some of you guys' work, give you feedback at the end of this stream. If we have time, I like to show like 2 or 3 towards the end because these are just so awesome this week. So yeah, check out if you have any feedback or if you have any work that you want feedback, just put it in this current challenge channel and one of our mentors or myself will get to it and give you feedback. So feel free to browse around there, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. So this is our starter file. You can follow along with me. And of course, like, I'm not going to give you all of my components and stuff or like all of my fonts or icons because I want you guys to be able to create your own, but you will get this portion. I know you guys are always asking, where do I find your icons and stuff? But luckily for you, I have this little resource booklet down here, and if you want to find some of my favorite links to like free or paid icons, just all of the above, you can check out some of these different tabs, tutorials, photos. Yeah, just click around in there. Cool. Welcome everyone who's just joining. Candace, I think if I'm thinking about you, your work has been awesome this week, so thank you for sharing. And Ed, welcome everyone. Some familiar faces. So like I mentioned, we're going to be designing a shower interface, and there's not a ton out there for inspiration, so think of this as your opportunity to explore something be original and explore something that's not already done. So these I thought were kind of helpful, so you can show like different pressure, types of pressure from like the water head, or whatever those are called, shower head. You can add a timer if you want, encourage you to get out sooner. Try to make it more eco-friendly, or like have presets something like that. If you like it always at a certain temperature, have it at a preset. Show the water used. I thought this was cool because that might incentivize you to get done with your shower earlier. So yeah, so feel free to kind of pick and choose some ideas from those. And I always like to give you guys some tips on whatever the particular challenge is. So I always have it at the bottom of the starter file. So today's tips, one is draw attention to the most used features first, and then add nice to have features around that. So for instance, like music player or radio is nice to have in a shower, but we don't want that to be the biggest thing or the thing that has the boldest text, because we don't want to focus on that first. For instance, like you don't want to be standing in really hot scalding water and trying to figure out, oh, how do I turn this down? So don't make something like the music player the thing that stands out the most. Yeah, just feel free to like be creative. Maybe it's changing the color light or preheating the water, something like that. Cool. So for artboard sizes, again, this week, since it's augmented reality and there aren't specific set artboard sizes for these, you can feel free to make whatever size you want. I'm just using like, I think this was like an iPad size, and it usually just goes vertical, but if you want to change that, just select the whole artboard and then you can switch it to horizontal. So that makes it very easy. And I usually like to change my background just to gray. So I can kind of see when I'm adding new things. So I'm gonna add just a rectangle so we have something to put everything on. Of course, I always round my corners, you know me. Let's add, so some things that I would want to add, maybe like on a top menu, might be like the time. So let's say just like 6:30 a.m. which, to be honest, I never get up. I haven't gotten up at 6:30 in like a while. Since I'm freelance now, I still work quite a bit, but I do not like getting up that early. So let's center these. And then we can add maybe the date. So let's just say like Thursday, or today's Friday. See? I don't even remember what day it is anymore. May. It's May now. Oh my gosh. My birthday month. May 31st is my birthday. Okay. Let's make this a little smaller. Put this over on the left side. And then let's add on the right side over here. I've already got some components just with some assets that I wanted to drag in. So I definitely want to have just a very quick way to turn everything off immediately, since I do want to add not a ton, but quite a few different features. We definitely need that way to turn everything off all at once instead of trying to mess with a bunch of sliders and stuff. So let's add that. I also have this dial, or like rotating object rotating slider that I want to use for the temperature, since that, like I mentioned, is the most important thing that we want to focus on. So let's say like 74 degrees. And I learned this, someone in the chat yesterday gave me the shortcut. I think it was like Shift Option 8. Yes, I remember. For the degree symbol. Because before I was just like, I would type in Google degree symbol and then copy and paste it, which is kind of silly, but so let's just make this pretty big right there, and then let's add some arrow icons to go up and down. Okay, that looks good. Maybe I'll put this a little lower. All right, and just so we make it super easy, let's add some text that says temperature. Put this a little smaller, just above. Okay, and this font is Sophia Pro Soft. I use this all the time. So the next, maybe most important feature that I would want to use is like the pressure. So maybe how fast the water is coming out, or if there's a specific like speed or hardness, I don't know. So I grabbed some icons for that. So let's just make these a bunch of buttons. we'll have one selected, and that will be the blue one. And then the other ones, we can just inverse with this gray, super light gray. You might not be able to see it. It's pretty light. So let's center these under here. And then I'll just bring in these different, it's like the shower head with different, like water coming out. So we've got a white one for the selected. Oh no, I don't know where it is. There we go. This one. So maybe like the dotted line means it's not as hard, and the solid line means it's coming out pretty fast. That's what I was trying to depict there. Okay. So that looks good. Just trying to keep everything minimal and very pleasing, since we want to calm everyone when they're in the shower. So that looks good. Let's go ahead and group all of these as well. Okay, so just Option G to group. Now on the right side, I want to add some sliders. Where do I have a slider? I had a slider somewhere around here. Here we go. And I'm just trying to match. I don't want to use too many colors for this, since ideally this would be really cool like against the side of, like on the glass of a shower. That I think would be cool. And I'll just use repeat grid here. Space these out a tad bit. Maybe we have like the timer. I would definitely use that. The light. Maybe if we want to dim the light a little bit if it's too bright, or it's too too bright in the morning. Volume, if we want to add some music. Let's add that. And the vent, so it doesn't get too foggy or steamy, I guess. Okay, and same with these. I do want to add some text just right underneath. Not super big or anything, but just so people know. Just another way. I'll make this gray. And okay. So this is timer. And this is the lights. And the last one can be volume. Okay, so Osborne asked, can you create that rotating slider inside of XD? So you can with just like the Boolean Pathfinder tool up here. So just creating a bunch of circles and then like canceling out portions of them. Or you could use the pen tool, but it might be a little hard. I actually did just this dial in Illustrator specifically for, like, if I have a dotted line like this that's in a circle, I think it's a little easier to do it in Illustrator, and then it's super easy to copy and paste it over. So this part, yeah, this one you can do in Illustrator. You can also do it in XD, but sometimes it's just a little quicker to have both open. Good question. Just moving these up a tad bit. All right. And then just so everything doesn't look like it's exactly the same, let's like move some of these down. Maybe this one up a bit. Edith said, I missed 2 challenges, so I'll try to catch up. Don't feel like you have to do all of the challenges, though. If you get really busy, don't worry about it. They're always here. And you can always revisit old ones and watch the replay if you need to. And that looks pretty good. Maybe on the bottom I'll add a little music wave. This is just the pen tool, use it random like up and down, grouped together for like music. And then I'll add a little icon for music right here. Little radio sort of area. And we can say something like, now playing whatever song. Change this, make it black, center this a bit. Okay. And then I just want to add some super minimal buttons here for playing and pausing or going back. And these are components. You can use different instances, change them. We already learned that though in a previous DCC. So if you want to rewatch how I did that, you can go back and rewatch those. So you'll notice I'm trying to align everything kind of with something else. I usually don't just put something, slap something on an interface without lining it up with something else, because then the grid gets kind of wonky. So like this I think needs to be a little bit lower. And these I want to align a little better just so it's lined up straight vertically there. Then I need to move these over a bit. Okay, enough finessing. Let's move on to the fun part. So now I want to maybe, instead of like, my hands are all soapy, I don't want to mess with an interface if it's digital. I don't want to be pressing a bunch of buttons. So what I want to do is verbally just say something like, set a timer for 15 minutes, and then maybe I'll visually see something happen so I know that a change was made. So we want to see the slider go up, and then I want to hear some feedback. If maybe I wasn't looking, I was like shampooing or something and I got soap in my eyes. So I want to verbally hear something. Hey, your timer's been set for 15 minutes. So what I want to do is just select the whole artboard. So select the artboard name and copy and paste that. So Command C and then Command V. And I'll keep, let's say we are doing the slider for timer. So I'll keep this first slider down kind of low. And then on the second artboard, I'll just, you have to double click in a few layers since it's all grouped. I'll bring this up kind of high. And then let's hop into our prototype tab. And what we want to do is just select the whole artboard. And, or you could select, I'm just going to verbally say something, but if you want to select just this one, you can. And we can say voice. And then we'll say like, set a timer for 15 minutes. Whatever command you want, just type it in right here. Trigger is voice. And then we'll change the action to auto animate. You can do an easing if you want. I usually just leave it to whatever it's automatically set to. The duration, maybe 0.6 seconds. And then from here, what we want to do is add that voice feedback. So select the whole artboard and we'll just press, instead of pressing and dragging, just press this little guy. And you'll see we get this little blue sort of wavy line, and it's not going to another artboard, but that's fine. But we do know now something is going to happen there. So we want either, you can do either audio playback or speech playback. So if you do audio playback, you can choose upload your own file. So maybe it's like this bell, which I think is kind of weird. We probably don't want to hear some bells when we're doing this, but let me turn up my volume so we can practice this and hear it. So let's start from the beginning. We can see what this looks like so far. So I'll just preview. And yesterday, like we learned, when we're doing a voice command, you have to press and hold down the space bar. So I'm going to say, set a timer for 15 minutes. And then you didn't see my hands, but I wasn't doing anything, wasn't tapping anything. And then it slides up. I don't know if you could hear it. It did a little bell ding, basically. So for audio playback. Or, oh, we have to change this to time. That's why. 0 seconds. Or if we want a speech playback, which is what I usually prefer, you can set the person, like the voice, the tone of voice, to whoever you want. And then we can just add in, let's say like a timer has been set for 15 minutes. Okay. So let's practice this one. So just press the preview. And actually I want to make sure I'm starting from this one. So press that preview. And again, I'm holding down the space bar. So we'll say set a timer for 15 minutes. And then it slides on up. Set for 15 minutes. Okay, so hopefully you guys could hear that from my microphone. But it said a timer's been set for 15 minutes. So yeah, feel free to play around with either speech playback or audio playback. So just make sure That was the thing I had wrong on here. Make sure on the interaction you have it set to time if you want it automatically to go to the next thing. Otherwise, you'll have to tap something. Yeah, so there is a very hands-free shower interface. I'm excited to see what you guys come up with. I think there's a lot that you can do, a lot that you can play around with here, and definitely play around with this speech playback. So let's go ahead and Command S to save. As always, if you want to take this a step further, even like mock it up in After Effects afterwards, I'm maybe going to do like a YouTube video on how you can do that. But if you would want to, just select this background and change the background to a green color so you can key it out in After Effects. But that's like totally extra. You don't have to do that. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and, so let's say I'm uploading this to my Behance project. So I've already got this one started. And if you want to like check any of the work that I've been doing during these challenges for these 2 weeks, you can just check in there. And make sure though that you go over to that settings tab and then into the discoverability tab and add your keyword XD daily challenge. As always, I always harp on this so I can find your work and give you feedback if you'd like it. So make sure you add that and then save. Cool. So now I'm going to search for some of you guys' work. So I just search XD daily challenge, the keyword, and let's sort by most recent and we can see what some of you guys have been working on. Cool. So let's just start from the last one. Ed, you're watching. I saw you in the chat. Cool. So this one, ooh, awesome. Design the control hub for a spaceship. That's cool. I love when you guys get creative, even though it might not be exactly what I told you to design. Like, this is so cool. I love this. This looks really realistic, actually. Love the mock-up. Travel destination. And I guess we can't. Oh, okay, cool. We could hear it. He said something. Couldn't really hear what it was. Searching. Oh, look at that little animation. That's so cool. Whoa. Whoa. I'm blown away right now. This is so cool. Warp speed. What a cool idea. Oh my gosh. This is awesome. Wow. Let's see. I want to like rewatch this little part again. Searching. Found. This looks like it could be in a movie. Literally, this is so cool. Wow, thanks for sharing. That is awesome. Okay, let's continue looking at some more. Okay, maybe this one. So yesterday's was the, was it yesterday? Was the car? Yeah, was the car challenge. So design like for a windshield or digital interface.
Increase temperature to 20 degrees.
Okay, so we got the voice added in there, voice trigger, and the temperature. Auto animate went up. Awesome. Awesome job. This was Amna. Maybe just like one or two more. Let's see. Oh, this was the mirror one from Monday. Let's look at this prototype. You guys are killing it. These are all so cool. Okay, by Neil. Awesome. So we've got like some social media over here. I don't know how much I would use really social media like while I'm standing up at my mirror, but I do love this interface up here. I would totally watch some YouTube videos while I'm getting ready. Got the time and just turn off. Access your favorite apps from the mirror. Oh, that's a neat idea. Being able to like drag them around. Very cool. Awesome. Yeah, this is so cool. All right, guys, that about wraps it up. That's about all the time that I have left for today. And I will be checking on Discord throughout the rest of this evening. So definitely share the rest of your work from today's challenge, or if you're still working on a previous one, I'll give you guys feedback in there. Thanks everyone for joining in the chat, and don't worry, even though it's Friday, I'll be back again next week for a whole bunch of more challenges. And don't go anywhere, because in about 5 minutes we've got our draw along with Kyle Webster. That'll be super fun. All right, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Bye.